Hey folks, and welcome back, and thank you for joining me again this week. I'm actually staying here at the TheTamnan Hotel Resort. It's another one of these hotels. It's sort of on the booking site. It looks really good, and the price is pretty good. So I thought I've got to go and give this one a go. Location is a little bit further out than normal, but I'll put a map up, show you where I am. So it's not too bad. It's, you know, you can walk into town. I think actually on the booking site it says it's 700 meters to the beach. So we'll see. As I say, I've got a standard room, a double standard room, comes with breakfast. Yeah, so let's kind of have a look around and see what this one's like. First thing you'll notice, there's no handrail. So wouldn't want to fall off there, would you? So check-in was 2 p.m. and it's a strict 2 p.m. There's no chance you're getting in early. £500 deposit, and I noticed there was a sign on the check-in saying no refunds, which I thought was a bit sort of don't normally get signs like that. So in my room it's just here. Look, it looks like the lock has been jimmied. Right, let's have a look at this room. So obviously there's a light switch and a thing for your electric, and some house rules. The most interesting, do not keep valuables in a room. If they are lost, the hotel will take no responsibility in any case. That's interesting, isn't it? And then we have a fridge with nothing in it, and a sort of dressing table, one chair, and that doesn't open, and then a double wardrobe, a couple of hangers, and then we'll do sort of the kitchen area first. And then we've got a sink, so that's sort of a drying rack, I suppose that is. Little shelves above. Sink and tap. Then we've got coffees. What have we got? Coffees, creamers, sugars, a couple of waters, hairdryer. And then we go, there's a big step actually. Got sort of a 45-degree step there. So you've got to remember that's there in the night. Television, Sharp's television, 30-inch. And there's got Wi-Fi codes. One chair, which I think actually might be a recliner by the looks of things. A coffee table and plastic flowers. Oh, we've got a little bit of wall art. Zoom in on the wall art. There we go. And then we've got a small balcony. You can obviously smoke out on your balcony. If you can get out there. Again, a big step up to get out of your balcony. And there's a couple of chairs, bit of AstroTurf that's seen better days. And that's actually next door. It's not a mirror. That's the balcony next door. And then that's the view. Oh, so that's actually meant to be a swimming pool, that down there, which is interesting because in the Agoda thing, that looks quite impressive. There's a 50 metre single lane swimming pool that hasn't been open for a long time. All right, let's go back in. And then a bedside unit and a lamp. A large bed, that's 7 foot. It is 2 singles pushed together with a big sheet. And then another bedside unit here that looks like it needs to be plugged in for some reason. Oh, it's got sockets on it, that's why. Right, let's have a look at the bed while we're here. Firmish. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's firm, but it's not the rock hard firm you get sometimes. See if this side's any better. No, that's the same. And then one of them that we get rid of. A couple of pillows, they're quite soft. And that is a very soft pillow, so we need both of them tonight. Is it me, or was there a big stain on that one? Looks a bit yellow, that one. Right, and then you've got air conditioning blowing sideways onto the bed. Yeah, that doesn't look like it's been cleaned in a while, so might leave that off. Right, let's have a look at the ensuite. Yes, it's quite a nice ensuite. Again, big step down, probably a 6-inch step down. Tap, what have we got? We've got toothbrushes, a soap and shower gel and shampoo, a toilet roll, and then a one-piece shower with a vitamin C shower filter on it. Whatever is in there has run out because it's completely empty. So alright, well it's nice and powerful anyway. And there is actually hot water, so that's quite... What is there? Yes, it's coming through hot. Right, so there you go. Let's do the long shot of the room, which I probably should have done before I messed the bed up again. Let's tidy the bed. Right, let's do the long shot of the room. So it's actually quite a big room. Right, the only thing we haven't done is a blackout test, so we'll do that. So there's no noise, traffic noise, bar noise or anything like that. And I'm not anticipating, unless we've got noisy neighbours any tonight. Well, I can hear the compressor running quite loudly. Right, well that's pretty dark. Yeah, so you're better sleep in here, no problem at all during the daytime. And so the only noise I can actually hear is the compressor. Right, let's go and have a look at the rest of the hotel. So my final thoughts on the Tamnan Hotel and Resort. Well, as I said at the beginning, this is one that come up on the booking site, and the pictures looked very impressive, and it looked, you know, quite sort of luxurious. And I really liked the way the units had the sort of the 50-metre swimming pool in front of you know, in front of the buildings, and I thought that looks quite good, because if you like to have a swim in the morning, you struggle to find like a nice decent swimming pool. But unfortunately they haven't had water in them for a long time. So and I was just had breakfast, and I was looking at some of the reviews, and I think I'm not the only one that sort of said they've, you know, the pictures are make the place look quite good, shall we say. So, but overall, yeah. Anyway, right, let's start at the beginning. So, I arrived, I booked a standard room. She's upgraded me, she's put me in a premium room. And that's the one I filmed, and it's okay, it's not too bad. It's quite a sizable room. It's a little bit on the dark side, but other than that, it's not too bad. You know, for the money I paid, it's okay. Wi-Fi, I put the Wi-Fi speeds up. And with the television picture wasn't particularly clear, and I couldn't find any English channels at all on it. Location's not too bad. You basically come out of the hotel, turn left and then right, and it takes you down to Second Road. So it's actually quite close to sort of Soi 6. And I actually walked into Soi 7 last night. And back again. It's not too bad. It's, you know, because especially when they redo all the new pavements they're doing. Breakfast. My room come with breakfast. Again, I know I didn't pay much for breakfast, and again, I'm looking at the reviews, and breakfast, I don't know what happened this morning. Maybe I'm the only one in the hotel having breakfast. Yeah, so I mean, the hotel is quite sort of sizable. I mean, the swimming pool looks quite nice. I haven't used it, but the swimming pool looks quite nice. I think for me, this is another one of those hotels. I booked it for one night, and I'm quite happy to move on. Some people say, oh, you know, would you stay a bit longer? Why do you only do one night? It says, noise. It was actually quite noisy last night. Yeah, because there's obviously like a bar complex fairly close, and it was quite noisy till about 3 o'clock. You know, I actually ended up putting my earplugs in, which I'm surprised, you know, because we're quite sort of set back from the road here. Yeah, so anyway, I'll leave this one here. So thanks very much for watching. Let me know if you've stayed here. It'd be interesting to see if anyone else has stayed here.